Guys, you're here. I'm Matthew Whiting. We are down at a little restaurant in Melbourne, and I'm joined by Underoath on each side of me. Now, guys, you've just got into Melbourne after Sydney. How was Sydney?
Sydney was the best of the tour.
Okay.
Impressive. It was
Leaps
impressive.
and bounds.
Yeah.
Brisbane was a train wreck before this show.
Okay.
And we got through it, and then yesterday was better.
Yeah.
And the show yesterday was just great.
Now, when you're doing I guess you're doing festival shows, you've got to condense down your whole back catalogue into what becomes 45 to 50 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're a band that have been around since late 90s, 98, 97. So we're looking at quite a few years, close to 15 years of the sound. How do you bring 15 years of making music into 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Live?
It's a headache, honestly, but usually you try and mix what people want to hear, your fans want to hear, to what you want to play, and kind of find the common denominator and what just makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's a six-piece band. Is it hard to sort of get what everyone wants to play in that 30 minutes?
Not really. We usually have like one or two battles, I'd say. Not even battles, but discussions.
How do you sort out your
I
battle?
don't
For the
think
most part,
at
there's
this
like-
point, I don't think it's just like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, like if you told everyone to pick their 7 favorite songs to play live and build a 7-song set custom to them, all 7 sets would look different, but we all know at this point what we need to play, and then what's kind of second in line, and then after that, there's usually 1 or 2 slots where everyone weighs in and they're like, you should really play that song a bit.
Your sound has been something that has gone through so many different changes over the last, especially within the last 3 albums, from, I guess, They're Only Chasing Safety, through to Divine, and through to Sound Separation, and now Disambiguation. Fitting that all into into a track listing that's not disjointed live, is it a bit of a hard sort of push?
It doesn't really work.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
disjointed.
Yeah.
But
You embrace it, so it's...
You don't really have a choice. I mean, you want to play, like you said, for your fans. You have fans from each record and all the records, so, songs we wrote 8 years ago are not going to sound anything like the songs we wrote last year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a drastic difference. And if someone's a fan of the band, they'll appreciate that. If not, they'll appreciate those songs more than those songs.
Again, I like to bring back to Their Own Chasing Safety, because that's when I jumped on board, and that's when I sort of got into you guys, and it is such a different sound. Do you still find that relevance to where you are now, where you were 8 years ago when you wrote that album?
yeah, I think that the Chasing Safety record was our first record where we kind of did what we wanted, and really felt like. I remember when we wrote that, when we were demoing it, when we were actually in the studio, we were kind of all looking at each other like, this is exactly what we want to do right now. And that also kind of coincided with, like you and most everyone else that knows of us, that was the first record they heard of us. So that's kind of a pretty important record for most people that come see us, so we really have to take that into account. The music's not as relevant. We wouldn't ever recreate it.
Yeah.
We do have reverence for the fact that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that record.
I guess it's now into 2012, and you've toured for a little while. Is there any sort of any chances of the next album coming out, or as a writing process?
Nope,
have you begun?
never. That's it. That was it. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, tonight's our last show.
Yeah,
no,
that's it.
No, 2012 actually is going to be pretty dormant for us as far as writing goes.
Okay.
Everyone's making a conscious effort to not pursue another record this year, or at least most of us. A couple of us have other things going on, and we're just in a spot where half of us have kids, and we live in 3 different states now.
Wow.
And it's just, we're doing a couple tours, we're writing a couple songs, going to be releasing something, I think, this year, but not a new record anytime soon. Probably 2013 would be the closest.
All right. So you said you are writing out a couple songs at the moment.
We have some ideas.
Okay.
We're just not really having a focused deadline. Usually writing for bands you really just have to put them on a deadline. For us, it's like we have to record here, so let's start writing to make that deadline, or else we'll just perpetually write and have ideas that are floating but never actually get solidified. So that's kind of where we're at now. Is this next year is just going to be like really taking it easy and just pulling in ideas and making sure we document ideas and riffs. And then when it's like, okay, let's record a record, then it's going to be like not a mad dash, but a concentrated effort of putting it all together.
This has been Underoath, and I've been Matt Whiting, and you've been on 1700. Make sure you catch these guys at the Hi-Fi this coming weekend or at Soundwave. That'd be awesome. Cheers.